And welcome back to MLG ProScrims. I am Mr. X, joined by Doc Curry, and we are on the second map in this best of 9 series between FeaR and Curse Las Vegas. If you missed the first map, FeaR won domination on Strike Zone, about by 9 points, I would say. So, you know, coming into this second map, I definitely want to jump on board with FeaR first, especially Formal.
Formal. You know, you did say while we were chatting in between the break, you know, FeaR are a much more stronger team on Freight. Personally, I know nothing about this map. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm like a blind sheep when I play it. So why don't you give me and, you know, the viewers a quick little rundown on how you want to play the offensive side. You know, since we're on FeaR, you know, they've been on the aggressive side, how you should play Freight as the aggressor.
Okay, well, you know, when you're on offense, you know, you're going to see, I'm going to actually be on board with Formal, because, I mean, he has a sniper, so you jump on board with the sniper. And usually you're going to try and, like, work for a pick, so to speak. And, you know, a lot of people try and get this pick on this back fences like he's trying to do right here. And on defense, they're usually going to send a guy into 3-story. There will usually be a guy on that back fence, a guy in top Owens with a sniper, which is the building right in front of him, and then another guy in bottom fire building, which is the building to the right. If you're in that bottom fire building, you can listen to the bomb go down being planted through the wall, and you can FMJ that wall, and it's really annoying to try and plant.
That. Oh,
Yeah,
it's so hard. I've played a couple of GBs, you know, some game battles. I've got wall banged through that bit so many times. I really want to see if actually, you know, any of these players implement it. Of course, they are on that pro level, but Killer's going to finally break the silence. Remington, good to see Curse actually using an assault rifle. First time I've seen them all scrim long actually doing it. So they've broken the ice, got the first one down. It's going to put a little bit of pressure on FeaR as they're all trapped in the middle of the section. But look at Nameless. He takes the scope off on Dido, and now it's up to Formal and Complex in a 2-on-4 situation.
Yeah, I mean, now it's down to a 1-on-4 situation, and then now it's down to a 0-on-4 situation. So Curse Las Vegas will win that round. You know, the last time I saw FeaR play this map, they played a little different. They pushed up a little further with that sniper. They were able to get a better line of sight. But, you know, I really like the way the Curse team played that. They played a little further back. You know, you see Parasite right there running that double nade class, able to nade off the bomb. And, you know, a lot of teams don't really even watch B, just from the standpoint that nobody would really push underground and go to B. So who do you want to go on board with this round?
How about we'll switch it over to the guys on Curse, see how they play the offense this time if they go a little bit more aggressive. But they've forgotten the bomb. I blame Miracles for that. He's going to have to backtrack and pick that up, and that could set them back a little bit in terms of their pacing. And Dido's going to take out Killer. So FeaR bouncing back relatively well off the start. But look at Curse. They're all bunched up on that right side of the map. I'm not sure if this will work out too well for them, but Curse, they just spotted one of the players inside that red building. Miracles, he's on my screen right now. Just trying to spot him out there. Spots him going up the stairs, getting shots on, but Moho too strong there. So now it's all up to Nameless and Killer. It's actually Nameless and Parasite, sorry. They have a lot of work to do. The bomb is down. It's going to be Parasite who picks it up, and now they're going to have to try and pick up maybe 1 or 2 kills and rotate to either that A or B bomb side.
Yeah, and I mean, you see Nameless on your screen able to pick up a guy in that mid-alley, but it looks like Dido's going to push up onto gate, and he's going to be able to pick up Parasite. I mean, right now, this is extremely difficult for Nameless. He's in a 1-on-3 situation. He's taken out. So, you know, you can already see kind of a trend with this map that the offensive side is at a pretty big disadvantage. So, you know, whoever will get creative and win one of those offensive rounds, yeah, that's well, you know, Dido has, he does have FMJ on that class, so... Well, it is it's like bullet penetration.
We weren't lying when we said that.
Yeah.
We weren't lying when we said we'll see a lot of, you know, wall bangs and that. I think that just proves it to point then. This map, I did hear one of the Australian pro players saying nearly every single section on Great is wall bangable. You can, you know, kill a play for any of it. But look at FeaR. Oh, you don't see this too often. All 4 of them going on that bottom section there. Now, this could be make or break for them. Either it's going to stun Curse and they're going to get this round, or they'll all get taken out in a split second.
Yeah, and I mean, the important thing is they're able to get this pick once they open up this gate. Because once they open up this gate, I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious and evident where they're going to go. And, you know, I haven't really seen a team make a push like this to B. So, you know, I'm actually extremely impressed. Like I was saying before, Doc, you know, a lot of teams don't really guard B. So, I mean, you look at FeaR, you see them all set up on B. And this has to be a shock from Curse.
Curse, they're not expecting. No one was set up on that B bomb site. Normally, you don't actually see people on the B bomb site, but Nameless, he's going to try and put some momentum back in the Curse favor. He's taking out Moho, and look at Dido. They just got stunned by that grenade. There's somehow still alive, but Miracles, he's also going to take out Formal. So this FeaR, they're actually getting this broken right now, but it's all up to Dido and Complex. Complex get taken down on the bomb, and now watch, you can see Curse, they're going to flood it, and they do actually take them all out. So brilliant counteract there by the Curse squad. They broke that setup, and they're going to get that defused, and we're going to see Curse for the first time with that lead, and it's actually going to be them winning the defensive round once again. So it's very hard for teams to actually get the offense going. But I got to note, FeaR, they got to that B-bomb site almost instantly and had a good setup going, but Curse just broke it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great way to break that just setup by Curse. They were able to just, go back, stun over, and they were able to just really just break that whole setup. And I'm on board with the Curse team again. They're just leaving the bomb in the back. They don't really care about planning. It seems like they're just going to try and make a push.
Hopefully, or you don't want to be stuck in, like a one-on-one on the opposite side of the map. So I'm not sure what they're going for here. If they're going maybe for, a shock tactic, but Miracles there just destroyed Moho and gets wallbanged himself. This map, it really was FNJ. It's just OP. But look at Nameless, they're spotting the player through the middle of the tracks there. And what I really do love about Great, even though I'm not that great at it, you can actually, from the offensive round, or, from the side which you have the bomb, you can see through the bottom of that train, or all the trains, all the carriages, across the whole of the map. There's actually nowhere which you can't really scope it out. So you really do get a good sense of where the opposition team could be. But look at Parasite here. This is a little bit of a ballsy move there, standing on top of the carriage there. He's going to jump down and being a little bit aggressive with an AR. Now, you did notice Nameless finally goes back and picks up the bomb. So these two, they need to, be a little bit of a duo right now and try and take out a player or two, try to get something back in their favor.
Yeah, and I do like the play from Parasite to just sweep into Owens and just kind of clear it out. Right now Nameless left the only one alive, and Duck, like I was saying, we just gotta have one team wins an offense, and they're gonna win this map. I think I will bet a pretty good amount of money on that.
FeaR, the defensive. Look at that. That is just disgusting. That pre-fire and everything. He's great. He's running that eggnog. I have a habit of calling it eggnog. Don't ask me why. I'm useless when it comes to pronouncing. I do. No, I'm not even kidding. Like last night on Game Battles, I just kept calling it eggnog. And my friends like, what are you on about? But lots of players actually do use that. Of course, thermal in this game is so OP. I'm willing to say it out there. I feel like it needs a little bit of a nerf because you can just scout players from across the map, especially with that tracker site where on bits of freight you can actually see through the walls. The gutter fencing there or across the bottom of the trains in that. If you do have the tracker site, you can actually spot through it. Like if you see Dito right now, see how he's looking through the bottom of those trains there. If you have a tracker site, you can actually spot players with it through the bottom of it, which is a little bit, a little bit OP, a little bit disgusting, and that's why I always run the eggnog. But now FeaR, the sun Incog. See, I can't even get it, even after you pronounce it to me. But Parasite takes out one of the FeaR players, and it just seems like these defensive rounds are just too hard to break for both of the teams, and that's going to be Curse taking it out once again. And what I've noticed, Mr. X, we haven't seen a team yet actually win an offensive round.
No, it's going to be hard for a team to win an offensive round. The offense is so determined on those first picks, and because of where you spawn and where the second bomb site is on the map, I mean, there's really no incentive for you to push up if you are on defense. So I think the way you'll probably see one of these teams win an offense, if it happens, is that they'll probably just kind of push straight into the buildings. I'm just going to keep on board with the offensive teams until we find one that wins.
Hopefully. Let's fingers crossed they finally do. But look at the scoreboard there real quick. Everyone from Curse dropping some absolutely solid numbers there. Miracles, Killer, and Nameless all got 4 kills. Make that 5 for actually Miracles there. And Parasite just got a big nade off. Now this could finally see the setup broken, and finally an offensive round 1 for the Curse team. This is exactly what they need. If they can go 4-2 in this series and just win their defensive rounds, they will tie up the series and win this search and destroy. But I'm still aboard as Parasite, who just loves to go on top of these characters there. He's going to challenge this player in the top red section. He's going to try and get some shots off, and finally does it. So this is exactly what Curse needed. They have won the offensive round. They're up 4-2 in the series. It's all they got to do is just now win their defensive rounds, and they're going to win this match. Yeah,
and I mean, I think probably the biggest kill of that round was the first kill that Miracles got on Complex, I believe. He was able to push up near bottom green, and he was just pretty much want to pick one of the players out of the building. So I'm going to go on board with FeaR because now they're going to have to answer with a strong offensive round. They can't afford to lose this offense because that would make it, 5-2, and 5-2 is pretty difficult to come back from.
that nothing worse than being in a situation which FeaR could be in. But if they also win this offensive round, then that's going to put a lot of pressure back on the Curse team, because they're going to have to win their next one too to try to put some pressure back on them. This is basically a game maker of a round right now. Whoever wins this is going to either get back into it or be lost. And right now, I'm still on board with Spawn. We're trying to get one of those sniper shots off with that thermal sight. And he's just going to be contesting maybe a play inside this red building. Of course, if you can get one set up in that top level of the warehouse section, this red building, which Formal was about to poke, you can basically see over the whole of that red side. But look at him, he's got that SD 2010 out, trying to scout one out. And Killer, big kill there, so does Parasite. And then Miracles, the whole of FeaR dropping, last one alive in Complex. And he has 4 players to try and take down.
Yeah, and I would have liked to see FeaR go pretty much together and kind of push one way. They were pretty spread out, and they really were never able to just kind of get that one pick and overflow at one side. Conflict's jumping up on that train. Nameless, I mean, the only way Nameless doesn't see him if Nameless is blind, and Nameless obviously is not blind. He's able to see Complex jump straight up on the train that's directly in front of him, and he's able to pick that kill up. So, I'm going to stay on board with the offensive teams, man. As we were saying, it's a lot harder to win those offensive rounds because of where the bomb sites are. But we just saw Curse win an offensive round, and I think it was because of just the way they played it. They played a lot more aggressive than FeaR's playing their offense.
Miracles is the man to watch right now. Pushed up with the bomb, and this is what I mean. This is what I love about FeaR. The bottom of those trains, you can see almost anywhere if you know your correct angles. It's going to be challenging this red side. I don't like this move, but he somehow wins the gun battle on Dito. They sit downstairs, and you have got to be absolutely hyped if you were Miracles right now after that kill. That is exactly what his team needed, and this could be the last round of the Search and Destroy. He's now possibly, he's getting a little bit ballsy, contesting that play, and if he got that kill on Complex, I would have said that's it right then and there. But Killer sweeps on in, trading the kill there, so now it is 3-2, still in favor of Curse. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not they rotate over to that B bomb site or go back to A.
Yeah, and that was a great play right there out of just Miracles and Killer. And that's where you see that. I mean, they're just teamwork that they've used forever. And, see Formal picking up 2 huge snipe shots trying to keep FeaR alive. And, I mean, the bomb is in such an awful spot.
No.
All FeaR needs to do is really just not die to Parasite right now. And it's pretty much a round win for them. And I think you'll probably see Moho and Formal. They probably ran away, and they're going to force Parasite to plan over here at A. And let's see.
Both of them have actually pulled back. Yeah,
nobody's coming that way.
There's nothing that they can
Formal's in the back. Yep, there's Moho, and FeaR's going to win this round. No, that was this pretty well executed. Curse seemed like they had most of the control of the round, and FeaR able to work that. I believe it was a 3-on-2 down into a 2-on-1 situation. So I mean, big props to FeaR.
Formal, that huge game-changing that STARCRAFT. That was the deal breaker for me. But now this is going to be extremely hard for the Curse team, because they are now actually the FeaR team. I take that back. They're going to be on the offensive round. We've only seen one offensive round won. And if they basically lose this, they're out of it. They're going to lose the Search and Destroy. It's not what they want. I'm not liking this play. They keep evenly spreading out across the map, and it's not working out for them in previous rounds. But Dito's going to break the silence, taking out one of the Curse players there. And look at this spot bug Complex here, Mr. X. He is on that head glitch, looking straight into that top Owens building. If he can get a pick on the play who's up there, that is exactly what FeaR could need to take out this offensive round. I
mean, absolutely. And, right now, if you're FeaR and you have a man advantage, you got to know there's a guy in top 3-story somewhere. But you see Formal actually getting picked by Nameless. What I would like to see there is, if they knew they had an advantage, they could have pushed 2 guys into that 3-story building, which is to Moho's right. And they could have traded that 1 kill, and they would have been able to get the bomb down pretty easily. But I mean, right now it's going to be a 2-on-2 situation. Parasite and Nameless against Moho and Complex. And Nameless is going to get taken out by Moho, and Moho's going to pick up the final kill on Parasite. So Moho is going big for FeaR right here.
Look at
he
that.
He insta-kills the second guy, yeah.
Oh, Parasite, mate, you ain't got anything on Moho there. That hit fire with the MTAR. I don't even know how players can drop the max. I try it, and it's like hitting them with like a plastic balloon. It's just useless when I try to do it, but they obviously got some success with it. And FeaR winning the defensive round. They're going to be on defense, and we have a chance here to go to map number 11. It's all on Curse's shoulder right now. Miracles, the OBJ player, once again pushing straight up to that middle train section and trying to get an early pick on a FeaR member.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one thing, if you were FeaR right here, you could have definitely brought out an aggressive push into the middle, which definitely would have caught the Curse players off guard, and maybe, you know, some stun nade classes, and just push this middle. And, you know, I'm more on board with Killer right now, and, you know, he's in a very interesting spot watching that left side of top Owens. And, you know, now I'm going to go on with, I'm just going to see where everybody is. Parasite definitely spots one out in the back mid alley. Miracle's still just kind of watching outside of red, and, you know, Nameless pushing up towards the mid. And if you're FeaR, you got to be pretty disciplined right now. You don't want to try and force something that's not there. I mean, 40 seconds left, and Curse needs to plant the bomb.
A lot of teams in a situation like this will get nervous, you know, they'll get a bit scared and they'll make plays, you know, stupid ones. But look at that, Complex hold his ground. He knew Killer would be around there, and he eventually poked his head out and took his head clean off with that headshot there. So a lot of pressure now on the shoulders of Curse. They do not want this to go to a map 11 and then potentially have Curse on, have FeaR on the defensive. But look at Nameless there, big kill there now. You're going to see them rotate over that top red building. Maybe that's going to, you know, indicate that they want to get the bomb down over there. But now it is all up to Nameless. And Nameless, he's funny play there. He's got to win this gunfight, does so. But he's actually started to take the back. He's got his teammate or Parasite there. So he's now a 2-on-1 Complex, the last one alive. And he gets taken down, and it is going to it. It is going to be a 5-5 map, round 11, sorry. Mr. X, this is an incredible search and destroy.
Yeah, I mean, right there, I mean, all Complex needed to do is stay alive. He kind of just hung around, and he was able to just stay alive. That's really, I mean, what they needed to do. Moho probably shouldn't have challenged, and, you know, I'm actually on board with the defensive team. I'm on board with Curse Las Vegas right now. But, you know, I'm going to jump on board. I'm going to go with FeaR because, you know, they're on offense.
They got a lot of work to do.
Not going on with the offense teams, yeah. So, I mean, you see pretty much Moho in this top, in the bottom left of this white building. You're going to have Complex, who's watching top Owens again, and he has bomb. Dito is pretty much watching that mid alley. And then you have Formal with the sniper rifle trying to get a pick on Nameless in the back, but, you know, Nameless getting that first blood, and that is huge going forward for Curse Las Vegas.
Formal has been that player for the FeaR team that has really just made the plays that have kept them in this game. And Moho just scouted out a player in that top Owens building, tries to get a little bit of a wallbang going, but it doesn't work out well. Now Complex, that is exactly what he needed. He's going to tie it up. Parasite, big player for the Curse team. He's been dropping some solid numbers so far, evening it up. So it's Complex and Dito Moho, the last ones alive. They need to combine. They need to work as a team and try to get some strategies going, but I'm not sure about what Moho was going for there. Running into the open, Killer's taking him out. Now Complex goes into the open too, and he gets taken out long range by the Curse member, and all of the Curse taking out the final FeaR members, and brilliant defensive round there. And that is going to give them the search and destroy, and exactly what they needed to tie up this best of 9 series, 1 apiece.
I mean, just big plays out of Killer. You know, I really don't know why Moho is going to try and push that far gate side. And Killer was pretty much just locking it down with the AR, and then he's able to rotate back to that middle map and, you know, just pick up that last player. So strong play out of Killer and Nameless. I mean, Nameless with the sniper rifle going big that last round, getting that first pick. So, you know, this series is actually going to be going tied 1-1 going into Blitz, you know. Then, you know, both teams are pretty strong on Blitz. Blitz is a pretty evenly matched game mode between teams, you know. It's just on how you're going to play it. If you're going to play 4 subs or you're going to play a little more defensively. So, it'll be interesting to see how each team comes out.
It's really going to be, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I want to know if Curse actually go for that 4 submachine gun pushes they do. It also depends on what the map is. If it's a really big map like Octane, then you're going to be, you know, maybe not so much very aggressive plays. I normally notice with Octane, they sit back a lot. You see a lot of ARs trying, you know, get some early picks. If they get like a 2-piece, then the whole team just pushes up. So it's going to be very interesting to see how both teams play this one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Octane's definitely a great blitz map. You're able to get that spawn trap on either side and, you know, just get an AR watching the cross, and you're able to just kind of run the score up. So when we come back, we're going to have map number 3 between FeaR and Curse Las Vegas. It's going to be Blitz. So stay tuned, guys.